What's up, guys? This is Mac Show MMA here. I am back again with another video. I'm here to talk about Israel Adesanya and what's next for him. And it was a great fight at UFC 305 against DDP. What a main event! One of the best title fights I've seen this year for sure. But as we all know, Izzy was defeated by DDP in the fourth round due to rear naked choke. So I just want to go over some of the possibilities and what's next for Izzy after losing his second title fight in a row. I just want to say this, guys. Like, everybody acting like, oh, end of an era, this and that. Let me remind people, Izzy has been in 12 straight title fights, okay? This was his first fight back in almost a year, and he fought the best middleweight in DDP, for the title, and he lost. And in my opinion, he was up 2-1 on the scorecards, in my opinion, although 2 out of the 3 judges had DDP up going into the fourth. One judge had Izzy up going into the fourth. Again, it was some things that was worrying me about Izzy that I had never really seen before, but we'll talk about that a little bit deeper into the video. But overall, it was a banger. It was one of the better title fights that I've seen. So everybody acting like, oh, he's falling off a cliff or something. No, he fought the best middleweight in the world right now, and we got to give respect to DDP. So I know it's been some Israel Adesanya fans, including myself, and MMA fans in general, who's been wondering what Israel Adesanya is going to do. Is he going to retire? Is he going to walk away from the sport? Is he going to do another layoff? Blah, blah, blah. Listen, he spoke on this at the UFC 305 post-fight press conference. Here's what he got to say on his future.
Touch ground with my people, reset myself, and then when I'm back in New Zealand, I'm back in the gym. Back on the plan, the off-season plan, to keep working, because again, I'm not fucking leaving. And I feel amazing. I'm not losing this body. I'm not fucking losing these gains. I feel amazing, bro. So yeah, sink some piss, have some barbecue, and yeah, we'll go again.
As you can hear, man, he feels good, man. So all that retirement shit, man, y'all motherfuckers gotta chill, man. Like he gonna be back. Izzy is gonna be back. What y'all gotta understand is, and I know sometimes as MMA fans, we could jump the gun a little bit, especially when you're a fan, that's common. But we gotta take a step back and look at the full picture. We gotta realize Izzy is still gonna be a top 3 middleweight in the world. He's only lost to 2 guys at the top. He lost to the number 1 ranked guy one time, and he lost to the champion in DDP. He only lost to DDP and Sean Strickland. He could always avenge those losses. Those rematches are gonna always be there. Always be there. So Izzy, he's the type of caliber of fighter. He has that type of superstardom to where he's always going to be 1 win away from a title shot. Unless he Tony Ferguson that shit up and just, lose 9-10 in a row. But come on, man, this is Izzy we talking about. He ain't going to do that. Izzy is staying focused. He's going to stay sharp. Again, I feel like this was a great fight back considering he's been gone almost a year, the longest layoff of his UFC career. He's going to be fine. And I truly believe, in my honest and humble opinion, Israel Adesanya will be the middleweight champion again. So, listen, I know it's been some rumblings about Izzy moving up to light heavyweight to challenge Alex Pereira for the 205-pound title. He's bulked up. He's gained some muscle. All of this talk. Izzy spoke on that as well. So, for all those who wondering if he's staying at middleweight, is he going up to light heavyweight? Here's what he had to say at the 305 post-fight press conference.
Obviously, you put some size on for this fight, and you have more muscle mass. Obviously, you fought at light heavyweight a few years back. Would you ever consider moving back to light heavyweight for a fight with this new frame?
No, I like this. That was a side mission. I did that. Even shout out to Jan. He wished me luck tonight, which was pretty nice of him. But yeah, I just like. This is just me. I want to do this for martial arts. I want to do this for skill sets. I want to get my own submission one day in the UFC. But yeah, eventually you'll see me when you see me, but you'll see me at middleweight. And whoever I fight here, I don't even know who I'm going to fight next. I haven't really thought that far. But we'll see.
So there you have it, man. He ain't going to light heavyweight right now. I think, my personal opinion, I think he just kind of trying to work his way back, get more consistent, be more active, and get back to feeling like himself, man. Because, the last 2 fights, specifically the Strickland fight, obviously he looked nowhere near like himself. I feel like this fight against DDP after the year layoff, I feel like, this the close he's looked to himself, probably since the first fight with Alex Pereira. Even in the second fight with Alex Pereira, there were some things that was drastically different about Izzy, the way he fought and things like that. He was doing well, but he ended up getting the KO against Alex Pereira. But since he lost by TKO by Alex since at UFC 281, I believe, you know, something about him ain't really quite been the same in my honest opinion. He's a little bit gun shy now. When he gets hit, I almost feel like, I feel like that takes something out of him, man. But he did a lot of good things at UFC 305 against DDP. But one of the glaring things, or it was two glaring things to me. One was his cardio. His cardio didn't seem as that was a pretty high pace those guys put on. But I've seen Izzy have high output and crazy high output fights. And I've seen him, look in much better condition. But, it could have been the extra weight. Izzy did say he added on a couple more pounds. He was a little bit heavier on fight night than what he normally have been in the past. So maybe that played a part as well, which I'm sure it did. But his cardio didn't look as good. And DDP punches really affected him. And his head movement, like how we normally seen it in the past, was not there as well. He was getting clipped by DDP, but I do get it. DDP is very awkward. He throw punches at weird angles. But overall, like I said, Izzy did good for a comeback performance. It's just all about building back from here. So, as far as Izzy's next opponent, I don't think Izzy is going to sit out for too long. So, we got to go over the possibilities. So there have been some talk about Yuri dropping down to 185. I don't think he will, but maybe. We'll see. If he dropped down to 185, he's not going to get an immediate title shot. The 2 out of his last 3 fights has been title shots, and he's been knocked out pretty much in both of them by Alex Pereira. So, I think the most logical choice is probably Izzy. Izzy end up fighting Yuri. That's if Yuri drops down. Who knows? But then again, you always got the possibility of the winner of Chimaev and Whitaker. I mean, people talking about Izzy fighting a loser. No. How about he fights the winner if they're going to give Sean Strickland an undeserved title shot, which I'm going to speak on in a little bit because I'm about to go the fuck off real soon. Sean Strickland and Izzy too should be made. I think they should have a rematch, and then I think the winner of Chimaev and Whitaker should fight DDP for the belt. It all lines up perfectly. That's how I think it should go. But it's all subjective because I do feel like if Chimaev and Whitaker end up being a banger, and especially if Chimaev win, I don't see how the UFC is not going to give Chimaev that title shot. So at that point, I think the Izzy and Strickland 2 should be made at that point. And in my opinion, I think Izzy is going to do work on Sean Strickland. He did not fight the best version of Izzy, nowhere near. That was the best version of Sean Strickland, in my opinion, that he has to offer for Izzy. So, again, let's see how that rematch will go. Let's kind of go through these middleweight rankings a little bit. You got DDP as the champ. You got Sean Strickland at 1, right? Izzy lost to both of those guys. But here's what people got to understand. Izzy, like I said, is going to always be 1, maybe 2 performances away. Really, 1 spectacular performance away from a title shot again. Those guys only beat him once. It's always room for a rematch. And that's what people got to understand. Izzy is going to rematch both those guys at some point. Whether they're the champion or not, Izzy is going to rematch those guys. Then you got Izzy at 2. You got Whitaker at 3. He's 2-0 against Whitaker. You got Nasruddin Imavov at 4. Imavov, I'm big on him. I'm high on him. But I don't think you throw him to the wolves just yet. Probably have him fight somebody that's under him a little bit. I don't think you should throw him Izzy just yet. I don't think he's ready for that. You got Jared Cannonier. Izzy beat him already, and Jared Cannonier is already booked for a fight. You got Marvin Vettori. Again, Izzy is 2-0 against him. And at number 7 is Brandon Allen. But I believe Marvin Vettori and Brandon Allen is going to fight each other real soon because they just actually got into a fight at UFC 305. So that's out. Then you got Paulo Costa at 8. We don't even want to see that ass whooping again unless Paulo Costa can actually look like himself. He ain't been the same since Izzy gave him that ass whooping. You got Jack Hermanson, Roman Dolidze. See, at that point when you get to 9 and 10, it's just pointless to even mention for Izzy. Izzy is primed and ready for big fights. He's still in the title picture, basically. He's still at the top. He only lost to the 2 guys that's ranked above him, and the champion and the guy that's ranked number 1, and he will get those back. And you want to know what? I want to say something too, because it's a lot of Izzy haters. It's a lot of Izzy haters they're just coming out the woodworks right now. Especially, I ain't hear too much before the fight, but now after the fight, everybody want to run their fucking mouth. And these the same fans that's hating on Izzy is the same fans that got Sean Strickland dick down a fucking mouth talking about how he deserved a fucking rematch when he won the belt after he didn't even fucking deserve it, and then fought DDP like a little bitch, and then lost his belt, didn't defend one time, but he deserved to fight for the belt again so fucking much. When y'all sitting here want to talk about Izzy, when Izzy done fought in 12 straight fucking title fights, then put the UFC on his fucking back, put the middleweight division on his back, had 5 title defenses, gave y'all some of the best performances of all time, had one of the best, when he came into the UFC, he had one of the best runs for a fucking contender ever. And y'all want to disrespect this man. But that's okay, because y'all same motherfuckers that's doing all this barking right now, I want to see y'all for these next Izzy performances. Because Izzy is going to get back in that title picture, whether y'all like it or not. My boy going to be back. These next couple performances that Izzy is going to have is going to be some of his best work. And he going to have that belt again. And when he get that belt again, you same bitch-ass motherfuckers that's talking, I want to see y'all come out the woodworks again. But y'all ain't going to do it. Y'all ain't going to do it. So yeah, just wait on it. My boy be back. So fuck y'all and fuck all the haters. So yeah, this is Mac Show MMA. That's what we're going to do for now. We're going to keep shit a buck, and we're going to call bullshit out when we see it and when we hear it. So yeah, comment. Let me know what y'all think about that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, this is Mac Show MMA. Until next time, peace.